My market here in Surrey, BC has slowed down a ton, and I know a bunch of you across the entire country are feeling the same thing. This means that informational real estate channels like this one can finally stop telling you all about what it takes in order to win a bidding war, and finally get back to real estate, where agents like myself spend most of our time educating our own clients on what the market value of their home really is, as opposed to how much they want to sell it for. That's right, for the first time in 2 years, it's not easy to sell anymore, but it doesn't have to be impossible, and that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. And in return, if you could help me get this out to other people by clicking the like button for the YouTube algorithm, I would really appreciate it. And I think it would be really cool if we could get this video as many likes as Tom's story got on one of his recent videos. Because according to some people, he is the #1 YouTube influencer in Canada in the real estate space. I mean, we all know that's not true, and I'm the real #1. But of course, if you would like to stay up to date on my market here in Surrey, BC and the Fraser Valley, please subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you need an agent in the area that I service and you don't already have an agent, that's the key. You can book a call with me right now down below in the description at a time that works best for you with just a few simple clicks. And now on to selling your home in a really hard market. And by really hard market, I mean actually a totally normal, regular market. Okay, so recently I did a video all about how sellers are now having to compete against each other instead of buyers having to compete against each other, which has been normal for about the last 2 years. And well, sellers aren't really happy about that, but you know who is? Buyers, and even more so, buyers agents. But listing agents like myself now have it a whole bunch tougher than we have over the last 2 years. That's because we have to get good again at educating our sellers about market conditions, what their home is actually worth, and where prices are likely going to be in the future. That's right, we are finally back to regular real estate, where buyers don't want to offer you over your asking price, and they're likely not even willing to offer you your full asking price. And sellers aren't necessarily expecting over asking, but they are often listed over market, and that means they get offended when a buyer comes in and offers them the real market value, because those sellers perceive those offers as lowballs, even if they're not. But don't worry, I've been through this rodeo before, and let me walk you through it. You see, I received my real estate license in December 2008.
Wow, that was really good timing.
No, it wasn't, but something like 20% of all the agents that are currently in the marketplace right now only got their license within the last couple of years, when the market has been absolutely crazy. But that market is no more, and those agents are about to learn what I learned almost a decade and a half ago. And that is, if you want your listing to sell, you need to win the race. That's right, you have to be in first place. The race, or winning the race, is quite possibly the easiest analogy for anyone to understand when trying to get their home sold. And it goes a little something like this. If you are in a balanced, or heaven forbid, a buyer's market, maybe only one property in your entire neighborhood will sell in a month. So in order to win or sell, you have to be that #1 listing. This means that if you are not the #1 listing on top of the buyer or all of the buyer's lists, you're not going to sell. You don't stand a chance. Let's say you own a 14 to 1500 square foot townhouse in a particular neighborhood of Surrey. Well, in January, there was 1 month of supply across the whole marketplace. And by the way, that's the craziest market that we've ever seen. In that type of market, a sold sticker is almost as easy to get as a participation trophy, like just for trying. But sorry folks, primary school sports day is over. That's right, we are back in a spot where only first place gets the gold.
Or gets the sold.
And this guy calls my jokes bad. So this month is a race, and there's a very good chance that only one of you is going to win it. But back to our townhouses. Let's say, again, they're roughly the same size, same age, and in the same area. And let's say there's 10 of those listings currently for sale in the market, but only one property sold in the last 30 days. Well, if you do the math on that, you're currently in a buyer's market. So if everything else is equal, your only chance to get your home sold is to be in first place. But what the heck is first place for a buyer? Well, in reality, it's a listing with a fair price in great condition, or it's the absolute lowest price by far in poor condition. So if your property is not sold, let me show you a little exercise that you can do with your agent, or if you're an agent watching, your clients, to find out where you're currently placing in the market. But I'm not just going to blab on about a theory. No, we're going to dive into the MLS, and I'm going to bring up an example and show you exactly what I mean. And I'm going to make a prediction on which homes will sell first. So here I've done a search of some neighborhoods in Surrey, kind of around between Highway 10 and 72nd Avenue, of properties that are 14 to 1500 square feet. They're less than 10 years old. They're all 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. And look at this. These properties range anywhere from $799,000 asking prices up to $950,000. And this is a really easy way for me to identify exactly who's in first place, because I am lucky. My MLS system actually numbers them down the side. Now, that's obviously not the real rankings of any, it's just how they show up on the screen. But there's a very good chance that if you're looking for a 3-bedroom townhouse with, I don't know, you got 2 kids and your spouse, you're looking for 1,500 square feet, somewhere in there. That's about average. These are all tandem and they're all fairly new product. There's a very good chance that you're going to look at the ones at $799, $899, and you may not look at the ones at $950, because let's face it, they're just totally out of whack. Now, I will classify this or put an asterisk beside this, because there's a very good chance that the properties that are at $799 will not sell for $799, and they are now under listed properties. A 3-bedroom in this neighborhood right now should be going for at least $825. Very likely could be going for as much as $900,000, but let's keep diving into it. Hopping into the first property here, you'll actually see that this property is now at $799, but they originally were on at $879, so they have reduced the price, and there's a very good chance they have now reduced the price enough that this property will increase in value. It was built in 2014. I will click through the pictures here really quickly if you want to check these out. These are all public information on Realtor.ca, active listings. It's a very nice looking home, 3-bed, 2.5 bath. This is a very typical Surrey townhome listed at $799. There is also another one that's only been on the market now for 6 days. Again, I do expect at this price point we'll be going into multiple offers still, because I don't think we're really there, but who knows? We'll find out in the coming days. This one also built in 2013, probably the same complex. Very comparable again. This one way less staged, not nearly as nice looking inside, but hey, once you're inside, that may change. So there's an okay property. Now, what are your chances that if only one property sold in the last, I don't know, let's call it 30 days, that someone is willing to pay $899 when 2 are available at $799? This one's been on for 7 days, and we're going to keep going here. There's another one on at $899, this one in a different complex up in Panorama Woods. These are all very nice looking properties. However, when we go back here, we can very easily see that they are ranked in order of price. And if one property is selling a month, your properties that are going to sell here are likely going to be one or maybe both of, maybe you'll have 2 sales this month, of these ones that are both listed at $799. And the guys listed at $899 don't stand a chance. And the guys listed at $950 may as well not be on the market. Now, obviously, that's not a full CMA. That is not a full market analysis. And I haven't been in any of those homes, and I do not want to comment on them specifically. However, I am just looking from a point of view of where my buyers will look and which properties I would show them. And if a property is identical on paper and one is priced $150,000 more than the other one, well, you and I probably both know exactly which one is going to be shown to my clients and which one they will likely pass over. And yes, indeed, that is exactly what it looks like when you're trying to sell in a regular market. Sorry, sellers, you are going to have to come back to reality and know that it's not as simple as putting your home on the market at any given price that you want and just expecting offers to be thrown at your doorstep. Nope, you're likely going to have to put in a lot of work, make your house look really nice, and You're gonna have to learn how to put yourself in first place over top of all your competition so you can get sold this month. If you need my help and you're thinking about putting your property on the market in this changing market, you can book a call with me right now down below in the description with just a few simple clicks at a time that works best for you. Thanks so much for watching. Please do me a favor, subscribe, click the like button, check out another video before you go, and we'll see you in a couple of days.